The Nintendo 64 is a very iconic video game console in history due to it being the first 3D Nintendo console. Of course, it's iconic controller that you either love or hate. And Nintendo saw that fans wanted Nintendo 64 on Switch, and they did. But with that, they of course had to release a controller for it so you can get a more authentic experience. So obviously box is way bigger. It's like the same like casual basic design with the clear plastic where you can see the controller. And let's talk about the controller itself. It's a Nintendo 64 controller. So starting off with things I like about it, I gotta say I like how it stays true to the original. It has all the buttons on it. It even uses the old joystick. I thought they would have replaced it and made it like, I thought they would have made it rubber, but it's still plastic, and you can even kind of hear that it's still made out of that plastic. I'm assuming they had to have changed something with it, because if you own the Nintendo 64, you know these things get wobbly and they crap out on you after a while. Yeah, that. Of course, you got your buttons. They sound pretty good. They sound pretty similar to the original. I will be doing comparison later on in the video. But let's also talk about some of the new things that they added. It is completely wireless. You can see the charging port. It uses a 200 milliamp battery. I'd say that's pretty good for a controller. The home button and the screenshot button up here. And you have the little pairing button. And strangely, you get this ZR shoulder button up here. I don't know why exactly they added it. Maybe so you can like play other games with it that aren't on the N64 emulator. Something I found kind of weird about the controller though is the memory card. Why is it stuck in here? I thought it would have been cool if they would have made it where you can like just remove it. Like obviously they're not going to make it where it actually is a memory card because what internal system storage, but it is just plastic all the way through. I saw Scott the Lost talking about that, and I couldn't help to bring it up. For this next part of the video, I wanted to compare the new Switch Online Nintendo 64 controller against the original Nintendo 64 controller. Right off the bat, I'm gonna say this one is quite old. I bought it pre-owned, and it's very wobbly, the stick is. Like, you can literally see it on camera. It's wobbling everywhere. This one is barely wobbling at all. Obviously, it's gonna be that way because this one's brand new, and this one's like 30 years old. It's older than me. Buttons, I guess, sound a little bit different. Like, these ones feel a bit more, like, harder, and these ones feel a bit, like, I don't know how to explain it. I feel like this one sounds a little bit obviously newer, so I feel like it sounds a bit more sturdy. And also something, I don't know if it's just me, the Nintendo Switch Online controller is smaller than the original. Like, at least to me, it looks like it's smaller. Not by a lot, but a little bit. Like, it has to be smaller. I'll put it up to here. I don't know, it just looks smaller for some reason. You got the Rumble Pack and memory card in here. It's kind of what I was talking about. It's just plastic on this one. Obviously, no home button and whatever that doohickey up here was. Pretty much other than that, it's the same exact thing. Lastly, I wanted to compare it to a third-party controller that I bought. Honestly, I think this third-party controller is a pretty good one. This is from Hyperkin. I know they're pretty popular in like the retro gaming stuff. I mean, it has the same look to it. The joystick is actually rubber, so it uses a GameCube styled stick instead of the plastic one. Now with the $50 price tag, some might think that's a bit much for like a 30-year-old controller that won't work with most modern games. And yeah, that does make a lot of sense. If you already have a controller and you want to play on the emulators, or you just really want something that resembles a Nintendo 64 controller that is officially from Nintendo, I would say this is a great option. Not only is it brand new and it feels like it's durable and high quality, it has some nice bonus features that will work with the Nintendo Switch, and even you can probably even use this for some other like 2D indie games or maybe more basic 3D games. Me personally, as someone who likes wasting my money on a lot of stuff, yes, I would say it's pretty good. If you agree, please let me know down in the comments. If you were like, man, you're such an idiot, this is actually a big pile of e-waste, please tell me why down in the comments respectfully, of course. Thank you for watching.